Hello everyone, we're back here in Port Sunlight again. I was here a couple of days ago, but my battery ran out in the DJI, so we've come back to do some more filming. So we're currently stood in the graveyard of the church. We're going to have a look at some of the places which we missed out on, and see what else we can see. This is the Portlight Sunlight Village, Levy Brothers. The people, the company who created the Sunlight soap back in the 18th century, and then they moved on to washing powders and other cleaning soaps, and then down the line they merged with another company and it was rebranded as Unilever, and today they are still making the soaps, washing powders, cosmetics, and they also dabble in the food industry as well. So let's take a look around. So this is the founder's tomb here just at the back of the church. So this is Elizabeth Ellen, the wife of William Hesketh Lever, born 4th of December 1850, died 24th of July 1913. So this is the founder's tomb, Lever Humes. Lovely sunny day today, a bit more brighter and hot. So I was here on Friday, we're back here again. This is Sunday now. We're going to go in the church, but there's a service on, people going in, smartly dressed. So let's have a look around here. On this side, and this is William Lever, the first Viscount Lever Hume, founder of Port Sunlight, born September 1851 and died 7th of May 1925. So there you go, the Levers, founders, Sunlight soap. It's quite a big graveyard, it goes all the way around the church. Maybe later we can have a look in, if it's still open and there's no service on. We're going to have a look, see if we can get into one of the museums that we didn't get into. And see what else we can find that we've missed. We got into the art gallery, which is more of a museum really, on the previous video. All the people are coming in, I'm not sure. I think there's a service on or something. They're all smartly dressed. What people do when they go on church on a Sunday. Right, we're going to head out now and look at some of the other buildings and places that we didn't see the other day. So there's the church where the Levers founders are buried, just in there. There is a monument over there if you want to go and have a look.
Well, should we go to the places that are actually going to shut first?
Okay.
Because it's going to be light until 10 o'clock. We can still go and see that when everywhere's shut.
One of the museums is £8 to get in, and it's £7 for OAP, and then it's a bit cheaper than for the kids. That's the one we missed out on yesterday. So there's your school. Just still in use today. You can see on the top, look at that. The domes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 domes on the top. Some big ones as well, aren't there? Little look in the playground there at the school. Probably where all the children went while their parents were working in the soap factory. And here you go. And probably family, children went there. The Leavers family. Food festival on. Oh, it's been and gone. April, I think, last week. It's quite a big school. Church Drive Primary School, it says. So that's what this is called. Hence the church on the bottom. Church. There you go. I don't know whether you can see over there, under that dome, there's a little clock. Nearly 1:15, which I think is correct. Compared to the clock we saw on Friday, that was wrong. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it? Some little seating areas people have created. Right, we're going to cross the road now. In a sec. So look at this. I don't know whether you're able to see that over there, but on that building, 1900 on the top there. 1900. Wow, they seem to be bigger houses, don't they? So over there, that's the one I went in on Friday. Okay. It's an art gallery, but it's more of a museum really.
Yeah, you have a look.
Yeah, didn't pay to get in. It says £5 donation, but if you haven't got it, you haven't got it. But the other one there, £8 to get in. Yeah. I missed out on that. That's the soap one.
Okay.
So which one do you want to do first? So that building there, that's the art gallery, but it's more of a museum really. And I didn't pay to get in there because it's £5 donation, but I think it's fine if you don't have any change. But the other one is £8 and it's there, which I missed out on, which we're going to go to anyway. It's £8 each, which I don't mind paying. So which one do you want to go to first?
Don't mind, whichever comes first.
Because I've already filmed in the big one, so I'll turn my camera off for that. I can get some proper pictures there. But in the other one, this is Windy Bank Road. So all these houses along here were all built for the workers of Port Sunlight Soap, Lever Brothers factory, all of them. Some of them, they're all different ages. You can see the L on underneath that one, the 1900 L for levers. It's now known as Unilever because they dabble not just in soaps anymore, it's food and cosmetics and stuff now.
Yeah, but she wasn't going to tell anyone
Oh, yeah.
Because in the museum that you had to pay to get in, it's got a setup of the Levers family home, I think. Lots of green spaces, isn't there? Yeah, lovely. Wow, look at that one. Did I see these houses on Friday? I can't remember, but look at that one. Like a turret on the end, round. They've got some, oh, I think it's just it might be like a food hut or something. Oh, Costa Coffee or something, oh, I don't know. The seats over there, people having a drink and an ice cream. Ah, here's the museum. This is the museum. This is the museum. That's £8 to get in. And that one over there is the other one that I went to. I don't know how big this one is though. It is Port Sunlight Museum. That's the one we missed out on. That'll be all information about the Levers. Yeah, there's a little trailer over there selling snacks and drinks. Seats. Do you want to do this one first then?
I don't mind though.
And then we can cross over there. Look at these flowers, folks. They're nice. They keep the gardens nice here, don't they? The old bicycle. Go around with ice creams in the back, so that was the old form of ice cream cart, wasn't it? The ice creams in the back. I think this must be the way in. Look at that, Girls Club, 1913 up there. Girls Club. Wow. Right then. Do you want to have a look? Right, I'll just switch off for a sec until we get inside, folks. There you go, boys and girls. There's the prices to get in. £8 each from me and Andy, and my mum £7. So this is the gift shop. Oh, look at that, the life boy. Some of the things they used to make. Life boy soap. Sunlight soap. Grass, so that's the hardest thing to get hold of. We needed some of that the other day and we couldn't get it. I managed to find it though. Was it Asda? I can't remember when it went to B&M. Hair soap still going today. Look at that. Hair soap. And who remembers? I don't, but some of you might remember the old carbolic soap there. Having a tin bath for the fire and your carbolic soap. There we go. Titanic soap. Wow, some of the things Levers have made over the years. We've got handmade soaps there. £2.95 for the bag of soap. Get cheaper in them bargains. Lifebuoy still going as well. Oh, look at these in here. Pear soap. Oh, that's blue. Pear soap, transparent, always transparent. I always remember it as the orange colour. Right then, to show you some of the things. Basso's still going, Silvo's still going, Lifebuoy's still going, Pears is still going. Quite a lot of these items are still going. But then, when I'm looking inside now, going into the museum. There we go, there's the entrance in now. Let's have a butch. The family business. William Hesketh Lever was born in the middle-class Bolton family, 1851, the seventh of 10 children and the first son. So is that him there? He is there, look. He's 29 on that picture. 29. Soap for the masses. James Lever, there's a shop there, look. Lever often said he didn't know why he thought of specialising in soap. It was probably a combination of factors. If I do this, you can have a pause and a read. So number 16 Wood Street, Bolton, home to the Lever family until 1865. So there's the home. Wow, look. Terraced house. So that's number 16 Wood Street in Bolton. Lever family, 1864. And then this is the parents, James and Eliza Lever of William Hesketh Lever, is that how you say it? And there you go. I would read it all out, but then I don't know if the video will be too long or won't fit it all in. Bit of information. So, making soap in large pans. There they are. Reproduced with kind permission of Unilever PLC from the original Unilever archives. That's the picture there. That's them making the soap. Sunlight, the self-washer tablet. So Lever Brothers, initially Sunlight was made to Lever's formula by existing soap manufacturers. However, he decided to manufacture the soap himself so he could control the quality of his product. He co-founded the firm of Lever Brothers and leased an existing soap works in Warrington. So here we go. So this is James Darcy Lever, William Hesketh Lever, of William James Darcy, brother James Darcy Lever. So that's William Hesketh's brother, founder of Lever Brothers. And then this one here is the chemical works in Warrington that make good quality soap, but little profit. And this one here, look. There we go, love. Lever searched extensively across Lancashire and Cheshire for a suitable site for his new factory. From the outset, he wanted to combine it with decent housing for the workforce. He eventually settled on an area of marshy farmland, crisscrossed by tidal creeks. So this is the village that we're in now outside. A site suitable for his factory, which is still here today. And all the housing for the workforce is also still here today as well. Not sure how many people live in the houses, work in the factory. And I've got a view of Port Sunlight down there. 1889, the main water channel that cut through the site is in the foreground. Number 1 soapery is in the distance. So you can see the chimneys and all there. Okay. Miniature spade.
There's no favouritism at work here. Leonard Simpson is a very talented architect. We felt only his drawings are the best.
My father
The View of the Land of Port Sunlight, built in 1818.
Edward Albee designed these. Those are mine. No two blocks are the
William
same.
Hesketh
Yet they all
Lever
have something
had a
in
vision of
common.
people living and working in harmony with nature and industry in the 19th century Britain. His belief that the sharing of prosperity makes life easier, better, brighter, and higher for all was the foundation of his vision for the Port Sunlight.
Photos have been copied, but never matched.
For about 30 years,
There's all the plans,
making the
drawing all the plans.
But the Lever, in desperate need of a new factory that could manufacture enough soap to keep pace with rising demand, the site offered cheap land to build
Plans for
on and
housing.
facilities to bring in raw materials.
Elizabeth, my
See
wife,
that
turned the first song in March 1888. You started more.
There's all the houses that he
Our son, almost 40 years ago, this was a
drew up,
but a few strong
created for all his workers.
to throw out more strong terraces for the workers. When they
Some of the features, there you go, look. Some of the features. And windows, arched doorways, look at that.
In the slums of British cities, builders cram in as many as 150 houses per
Crisscrosses on the windows there.
sunlight. The average is 13.5.
And there's LB Lever Brothers.
Houses have gardens. Children have green spaces to play in. People have room to breathe. People here are taller and healthier.
What are these? Oh, stamps. I see. For the children to create stamps.
Not everyone keeps them neat, and the company likes neatness. So does Albert, especially when it comes to his allotment. Allotments are popular, and the company encourages residents.
Wow, look at that.
Albert won the best
Didn't have that when I was going to school.
and he aims to do it again.
The drawing the maps, the plans for the housing and all that. And you can see that, there you go. This is the Port Sunlight village on a smaller scale. This is how big it is. So here you've got the factories. The soap is made. And here you've got the village that was made for the workers. So it's quite big, and you can see the river coming in there. Not sure if that comes from the River Mersey or not.
Nina is a great collector, filling any spare rooms at Thornton Manor, one of his country homes, with works of art. British paintings and sculpture from the 18th, 19th and early 20th centuries. Chinese porcelain, pottery, English china and red brick.
Little view of a house.
Will be moving to a new home.
So this is what the house will look like.
The king laid the foundation.
Can't really see because of the shadow, but you get to walk around the proper house in a bit.
Lever's wife Elizabeth, who died a year before.
Without her, there'd be no Port Sunlight, and probably no Lever Brothers either. We were together almost 14 years, and known each other from school. I love
Medals. says, wow, letters. The man of Thornton, half Cheshire. Letter of condolence. This letter was written to Lord Leverhulme, to the widow of the Lever Brothers employee, Private Samuel White, following his death in 1918. Golden Book. Put Sunlight War Memorial Book. And here's some of the original soap. Velvet Skin Toilet Soap. Eva's Skin Soap. And here we've got the mock-up of a shop. Wow, look at the tail. Wow. 13.5. Old money there. 13.5D. And the old weighing scales. And the clothes they used to wear in them days. Long blue dress. Long sleeves. There's all soaps. Zog. Polishes. Dirty hands. Sunlight soap. Monkey brand. And the Lifebuoy soap as well. Sunlight painting books. Washing scenes in many hands. Lever Brothers worked to establish brand loyalty from an early age. They gave away novelties with their products and encouraging the repeat purchases by collecting tokens for larger toys. Children often featured in advertising for a range of Lever Brothers brands. The child represented innocence, purity and honesty. Lever Brothers offered advice to their travelling salesmen on how to get children to help their sales through the Pester power, showing people that swan soap will float. It's a very good method, especially where there are children, as the latter brother their mothers to buy some. So these are all little things they used to give away. Pear soap with a ruler, colouring box, little cards, little storybooks. Pick this up. Village advertising. Rinse so, creamy lather, more washing power for every kind of washing. £1,000 reward to any person who can prove that this soap manufactured by Lever Brothers Limited Port Sunlight contains any form of adulteration whatsoever or contains any injurious chemicals. God, that would have been a lot of money back in them days, wouldn't it? The dawn of sunlight. Sunlight soap guaranteed, pure and to contain no injurious chemicals. There is a film going on there. We don't want to get copyrighted though for filming it. The Beatles in Wirral. The Beatles over Portsunlight Social Recreation. So the Beatles have played here then.
Ronald, yes.
Recreation Department.
St. Silas.
In which?
St. Silas.
Yes, I'm sure it was. Now,
It wasn't Jingle Bell like you said in the music festival.
Beatles over the water. There's the Hume Hall, which we went past before. So we can have a look inside after. Oh, this must be in the Hume Hall where the Beatles played. And there's all the girls there just screaming fans.
Well, we did make, first of all, we made a recording with a fellow called Tony Sheridan. We were working at a club called the Top 10 Club in Hamburg. And we made a recording with him called My Bonnie, which got to number 5.
Ah, we've got one of these. The old standard lamp.
Thing over here. You know, it wasn't a very good record for the Germans.
Before going on stage for their final appearance at Hume Hall, in 1962, the Beatles recorded an interview with Monty Lister.
An instrumental which was released in France.
Inside room.
An EP of Tony Sheridan, which George
The tape was
and John
broadcast the
themselves.
following day to patients at Clatterbridge and Cleaver
We've got
hospitals on the Wirral. It was the Beatles' first recorded interview. Port Sunlight Fire Service.
It's John and I, we write, you know, the sort of the songs between us. It's, you know, we sort of signed contracts and things to say that we sort of, equal shares and royalties and things. So that
Fire station was also home to Port Sunlight's first motor ambulance, which came to service in 1921.
mainly it's John and I, we've written about
So with the boilings of fats and production of glycerine, there was a risk of fire at the works. So stables behind Greendale Road and Wood Street were converted to the fire station. So the stables behind Greendale Road and Wood Street. So let's have a look out for that after.
we did record another
God, look at the fire helmets now
but it wasn't
compared to today's fire helmets.
So, we'll take it back next time and see how they like it.
And a Fireman's Act, these were issued to Port Sunlight firemen at the start of the service. This one belonged to fireman E.T. Jones.
no, in closing, I would like to just ask you, we're recording this.
That's an abacus. Simple counting in the infants' hall. Wow. I remember using an abacus at school.
Well, we played here, I know what you mean by famous.
Whip and top. God, I think I had one of them when I was little. Not like that though. Like 2 sticks with like a bit of string twine and like an acorn looking thing in the middle, and you used to swing it about. Anybody have one of them when they were little? Whip and top, popular toy in church drive, school playground. Certificate of merit. And we had them at school too. I've got some of those at home. So here we go. Willingly they provided schools in the community to keep the community together like the houses. The schools were light and airy schools and Port Sunlight taught boys and girls together, and there could be up to 50 children in the class. 50 kids, wow. First school opened on Park Road in 1896 with 90 infants and 93 seniors. In 1903, a second school opened on Church Drive, which we saw before, which is still thriving today. Park Road schools closed in 1915 and the building became known as the Lyceum. Oh, so that's the theatre then. So the theatre was a school. They learnt French, drawing and music, and a tennis club at the school. Wow. Did French at high school, but because I went to Welsh school in Wales, we did Welsh from the age of 3. Don't know much of it now, like, but I did try. Okay, yeah, there they go. The Edwardian teacher in the school teaching them. They're sure they don't exercise or something. Oh, we've got old blackboards at school. It's all electronic now, special pens and all that. Packing Sunlight soap. Ah, that's what she's doing. I was wondering what she was doing. Packing the Sunlight soap. So you had teachers working at the school, packers packing the soap, people washing their clothes. £19.49, look at that one. Worn by the gardeners to protect trousers from dirt and damage. Dibber, used to make a hole in the soil ready for planting. Still do that today, don't they, with things like that. You can buy them in the garden centre. Ah, they've got the allotments. It's probably by the garden centre, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, I didn't see these ones. Miss JPU's flower border won first prize in 1900. So, 2 schools are built here. One is still going. The other one, I think now in the Lyceum, I think that's the theatre. We have allotments. All designed by Lever Brothers.
His business empire ranges across the world.
The little hospital, the village cottage hospital was built in 1907 and was perfect replica of an urban hospital with surgery, 2 wards, a kitchen and resident doctor's quarters. Wow, so there was a village hospital as well.
For all that he has built, all that he has achieved, and everything that he'll go on to achieve.
The standards of health and safety at Lever Brothers Port Sunlight were unpredicted. Buildings were well built, ventilated and designed with plenty of space. There were surgeries within every section, protective clothing supplied, and fire precautions were extensive.
No one knows who first made so.
So we thought of everything then. Oh, open air swimming pool and gymnasium were built in 1902 and were very popular amongst the village residents who initially had exclusive use of them. So an outdoor swimming pool and a gym.
Whether it made clothes smell any better is debatable.
I thought of everything, this guy, didn't he?
Revolution drew people from the countryside to the towns, so the demand for soap grew. Firms like Lever Brothers grew to satisfy that demand. And Lever knew that manufacturing methods had to change. The soap that shillings a week. Edie wonders about this, but doesn't resent it. It's the way things are, and there are compensations.
Friday, only Saturday morning to get through and then it's payday. 3 pence to the holiday club, 3 shillings to my mum for my keep, and 1 and 9 left for me. And tomorrow night, a concert, a play. There'll be something good for sure. But that's for tomorrow. Today, I work.
A week's paid holiday is just one of the benefits enjoyed by workers at Port Sunlight. The company subsidises clubs and entertainment, a pension scheme, healthcare. The only perk one might expect isn't on offer: cheap soap. The soap that washes clothes by itself. Lever's advertising never shied away from making bold assertions. One advertisement promoting the soap even claimed that sunlight halted the aging process. Ellen Farnworth knows that this is not very likely. She also knows that washing requires effort as well as soap. But this doesn't make her think any less of Lever. Like many of the older villagers, she knows him personally and respects him immensely. She's 44, old enough to remember what soap was like before Lever revolutionised the industry. Harsh, gritty stuff that left the skin red raw, went rancid quickly and smelt bad. Sunlight soap is different. It's pure and it's perfumed. And in Ellen's house, there's enough light to see when clothes are really clean.
It's a good photo of Sam and the boys. Not so sure about me. I never seem to look very happy in photographs. But it's not as though I'm unhappy. It's too much to be thankful for. Sam, the boys, the house. Beautiful and easy to manage.
The canteen is a gift from the company, given to employees when they get married and, in the woman's case, leave work. The house is not a gift, it's rented from the company, but it's far superior to the general run of workers' housing.
So that was a little look in the inside the, well, it was the girls' club. It was at the museum there. Got little scouts and guides. Little parade over there going on. Quite a few. All around what was the little pond area. And then here we go. King George Drive, and this is the cottage. I've want to have a look inside now. Looks like in one of the houses inside. I think, was it 1918 he said it was set up as. So. Go and have a look then, eh? Welcome to the Workers' Cottage. So the pass we've just bought from the museum lasts 12 months. So if you come here and you get a pass, it's valid for 12 months. The old stone floors there, look. Yes, we've been. You've got the tickets on.
Tickets, yeah. You've got tickets, that's all, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So this is the kitchen cottage where the workers would live. One room, cooking on the range, family lived in here. They had the scullery, the larder, and they had 3 bedrooms. And this was built in 1913.
1913.
Yeah, it's one of the later ones. So this one had an indoor WC,
Yeah.
and a freestanding bath.
That's posh for the time.
Very, very posh. Very posh it was here. They had a yard, they had allotment. So it was all go here.
What's that? Ragmat.
Yes, out of old coats, didn't they? Hello. You've got your ticket, have you? That's fine. Yeah, do you want to go upstairs first? Or do you want to come in here or upstairs? Yeah, there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. No, you're fine, you're okay. Yes, have a look. Somebody up there already, but it's fine.
Okay.
Don't be lucky to have a shop and there's somebody there. All right.
I could live in here now.
Don't know what the parade's for, do you? What is it? It's parades?
I think it's scouts. I think it's something to do with the scouts.
Yeah, I can't see what it's for.
The fellow in the shop said it might be St George's Day or something.
Oh, St George. Yes, it was it this week, wasn't
I
it?
think so, yeah.
St George's Day, but that's what it is. That'll be exactly what it is. Because my son used to be in the. He became here. Yeah.
The Dolly Tub.
Mangle. That was your tuggle dryer.
The old mangle there.
Oh, couldn't it?
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dolly sausage. Wash your clothes there with your sunlight soap.
Okay. This is where the
There's your stick that you swish your clothes around with.
Then the scullery, we did the laundry, washing the dishes.
And then to get them dry, well, almost dry, you put them through here and you'd flatten them out to rinse the water out. And this house had an inside toilet, which is quite posh for the days, for them days. And then they'd hang the clothes up there to dry, look. Looked like a pair of knitted, what do you call them, you wear when your trousers keep you warm.
Pantaloons or something.
Yeah. And look, here you go, there's a sink. Look at the sink. Soap.
Yeah, 3 bedrooms, because boys and girls.
Sunlight flakes, the natural golden flakes.
3 bedrooms. Yeah, so that was even more luxury.
Oh, and a little grater there, grating the soap. And the old pegs, remember them? We used to have some of them. Wow, look at all these in there. Your Lifebuoy, your velvet skin soap. All your jams. Even Persil down there, look at that. In a metal tub. Persil in a metal tub. Tea. Look at the back, all the yard. There's your little stick to beat your rugs with. No hoovers in them days. I used to beat your rug outside with a big stick. Wow. Oh, vacuum cleaner, wow. That's a very old time of vacuum cleaner. Drying of more clothes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Old door. Lovely. Little door like that. Right, going upstairs now. Wow. We have steep steps here. Okay, around. Let's have a look, eh? It's squeaky. Wow. Come on, camera, that's it. Ah, this must be the kids' bedroom. Kids' clothes. Yep, there you go. The children's room. Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh, coming to visit Portsmouth Night. Royal visits. So 1914. Were King George and Queen Mary. 1957. For Queen Elizabeth II and Duke of Edinburgh. And 1988, again the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh visited. Oh, here, cameras. That's massive compared to the one we've got at home. We've got one of these cameras at home, but this is a bigger one. So, copper photo plate. Oh, copper plates. Made using light sensitive gelatin tissue was used. So the copper plates. Photo production, 1914. Wow. And then selection of postcards there, 1907. Schoolgirl Lucy Roberts showing 2 of the George Davis postcards. So I've got Edwardian. These are the photographers of Port Sunlight. Edwardian Port Sunlight timeline from 1901 to 1914. So the women's dining room was opened in 1901. 1902 the open air summer baths were opened. 1903 the Church Drive School. The Bridge Inn began to serve alcohol. 1904 Christchurch Port Sunlight opened. 1905 2,000 employees were taken to the Brussels International Exhibition. 1906, William Lever became Liberal MP for Wirral. 1907, the Cottage Hospital opened. 1908, were appointed soap makers to HMK Gedward. 1909, the co-partnership scheme began. Lever Brothers employees given members a share of the profits. 1910, James Darcy, Lever Brothers and business partners of William, died. The centre of the village was redesigned with a wide formal boulevard. 1911, Hume Horlock Gallery opened with Miss Lewis collections in. 1912, Sir William and Lady Lever set off on a business tour of West Africa. 1913, the village was in mourning after Lady Lever died, the 24th of July. In 1914, King George and Queen Mary visited Port Sunlight on the 25th of March. War was declared on the 4th of August. 700 volunteers from Lever Brothers departed for military service on the 7th of September. A little look there was the Warden Cheshire badge, your tin hat, your gas mask, your bell, the old clackers and the whistle. I suppose it'd be like a police or something. Wow, and this is the bed, look at the bed. Big bed. And the old fireplace there. No centuries in them days. Get the fire going, get room warm, ready for your bed, bedtime. And look at that big wardrobe. Hang your clothes up. So this is the master bedroom. Wow, look at the bandstand. And across the way there, the little pond that I showed you the other day. That's what it looks like with the water in it. Little fountains as well. The boating pond, is it? Yeah, the boating pond you can see through this window is one of Port Sunlight's major public monuments and a popular attraction in the heart of the village. It was designed by a toy boating pond by one of Port Sunlight's most prolific architects, James Lomax Simpson, and built in 1932. So look outside the window here. So just over there where the Cubs and the Scouts and the Guides are is where the pond, the old boating pond is. Look at the view out of the window. Okay, let's go and have a look then. Have a little look in one of the houses. What it would have been like in 1918. Right, let's go down these stairs. Thank you. There we go. So that was a little look inside that little house there. What it would have been like in 1918. And there's a parade just gone off with the Boy Scouts, the Guides. So each and every one of these houses are different. But that was a little look inside the house, which was made up like it would have been in 1918. You hear the band there in the background going round. And there's your little pond over there where they used to have the toy boats in the water. At the moment there's no water in it. That's where the toy boats would have gone. For entertainment for the people living here in Port Sunlight. Let's carry on and see what we find next. Just got ourselves an ice cream there, and the ice cream person. Nice lady there. Good old fashioned 99. So if you don't know, this is a soft ice cream, Mr. Whippy, with a fruity sauce and a chocolate flake on a little cone, known as a 99. Unfortunately not 99 pence. I think it's at £3. But so good though when it's hot. Good old ice cream. What have you got? Feast. Oh yeah, a feast on a ice cream, chocolate ice cream on a stick. I think it's got nuts, and in the middle there's a big chunk of chocolate in the middle. Big chunk of chocolate in the middle. Nice. Little look up there. There's the War, that's the War Memorial at the top up there. 500 people died. 500. All the names all printed on the side of the memorial. And this here is the old boating lake, toy boats. Another one of Lever's entertainments for the residents here. I wonder if they still use it. At the moment there's no water in it. It looks like a bit of the brick has fallen off there, but ice cream and nice.
My first one of 2025. Very nice.
Now, in some places around the UK, they use old cannonballs. I think there's some in London and that, but I'm not sure if these are, or whether they're just man-made circular domes. But there are some places around where they use old cannonballs. You know that, and they use old cannonballs.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. Don't think these ones are, but in some places around, maybe not just the UK, maybe in other countries, I'm not sure. But they use old cannon balls. There you go. Bit of history there for you. Just going to finish our ice creams, and then we're going to go on. I'm going to go back into the museum there and have a look around the gardens when we come back out. We're here just come to the gallery of the Art Museum. Have a walk around the gallery at the top. So here's the view down there. Another gallery on the other side. What does that say? Don't think you can go in there though, can you? A Tennyson room in there, but it's locked. Lift down into the cafe. The other side now, the gallery. So the Upper West Gallery. Declare the clock's going. Yeah, the clock's going. What are these? Look like they're jewellery boxes or something. Or trinket boxes. The view down there. The view down that way.
I know I went there one day and she said,
So there's the museum we went into with the old house. All set up 1918 style. That was £8 to get in, £7 for OAPs, and there's a few quid cheaper I think for the younger kids. There's the Lady Lever Arch Gallery over there, which is more like a museum as well. They just ask for donations from there if you've got it. There's no actual fee to get in. Ice cream cart. Got drinks over there, hot drinks. Walking back down here now, down to the monument again. So we had a little sneaky peek what it would have been like in these houses, and having inside toilets as well. I bet some of you remember back in the day you had your outside toilet. Not like these ones here with the inside toilets. Some more plants here. They love their green space. I'm gonna fly the drone so you get to capture the village from above. The village in Port Sunlight, where Levers created their factory and village for the workers, making soap for generations. The Hillsborough Memorial Gardens, 10th of August 1989. So this is the Memorial Gardens for the Hillsborough disaster, as you can see down there. So Memorial Garden commemorates the 97 Liverpool Football Club supporters who died tragically while watching their team play in the FA Cup semi-final at the Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield. 15th of April 1989. It was the first Hillsborough Memorial at Merseyside and was unveiled on the 10th of August 1989. That's when the football match had all the barriers round. All the barriers round. Don't really have barriers anymore. People were getting squashed, trodden on. People lost their lives. And they done away with the all the fencing around the football, didn't they? No more fencing around the football. Because the Hillsborough disaster was all fencing around, wasn't there? People were getting squashed and all that. Down here is the bowling green. Not sure if that might be a pub or club. One of them's got a jukebox in, 1950s jukebox in. Yeah. It was all like old fashioned inside. Almost coming to the end of our trip to Port Sunlight. Just having a look around, make sure we don't miss anything. Places that massive you probably have, but yeah, back at the bowling green. Oh, Hume Hall. This is Hume Hall. Where you can have parties, conferences, you know, exhibitions and all that stuff in there. Down there is gardens where we walked last time we come. The Bridge Inn pub down there. That's the Bridge Inn. Where you can get yourself a dinner. I think that's the museum just over there, away there. And you've got the factory over there as well. Right, that's it everybody. That's another look around, part 2 of the Port Sunlight Village. Beaver Brothers Sunlight Soap, where they make all your washing powders. Just here at the train station. And the tea rooms just over there. Today though, we've come in the car today. We just parked down one of the side streets, there's no double yellows. So we just parked down there. We're just going to walk back down there now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the drone footage that Andrew's done. And carry on our journey, see where it takes us next. See you next time. Bye.